World number 4 Nodirbek Abdusattorov has recently won several super tournaments in a row.
In elite level chess, very small details can decide the outcome of the game.
We discussed what helped him gain 50 rating points.
Of course, I did some work. I changed my mindset.
We discussed Magnus and Gukesh.
I think the problem for Gukesh is now with
We also compiled a candidate's tier list, and my guest had some hot takes.
Looking at his games, I lost trust. I don't see any good signs for him in the upcoming candidates.
Do not miss our Blitz game at the end, one of my best games.
Oh, my G8.
I put my knight where your knight. Nodirbek, hi. Thanks for agreeing to come on the show. I'm thrilled to be having this conversation with you.
Hello. Thanks for inviting. It's good to be here.
I think you've had an amazing streak recently. You gained lots of rating points. You broke into top 5, top 4. Again, you won 3 super tournaments in a row in very convincing fashion. While previously, like around a year ago, there was some bad streak for you. What do you think changed? What was the main reason for this?
So last year was overall it was a failure for me. I didn't qualify as candidates. I had some really bad tournaments, like let's say Singfield Cup, where I scored -4 and was last place. Yeah, I think since then, once I lost all my chances to qualify to candidates. Of course, I did some work. I changed my mindset. I reconsidered some initial thoughts that I had, and generally started to play, for the joy of the game, not for the results. As I said, I think many times in different occasions. So yeah, I would say this was the main change in my approach. It immediately showed the results. I started to play well. I gained like 50 rating points since then. Yeah, I had very good tournaments in Vaikanze and in freestyle in Prague. And obviously there was also some chess related things. For example, I was working with Rustam Kasimjanov up until Grand Swiss. After Grand Swiss, I decided to stop our cooperation and hired new coach. That was also very turning point, I would say. Obviously, it didn't show its results immediately. Let's say in World Cup, but obviously it impacted my play in a positive way generally, and so I would say that was the main changes.
Mm-hmm. And you do not disclose the name of your coach?
Not now, I would say.
I see. But it's some also top player or someone experienced?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody knows, I think.
Okay. Interesting. You mentioned that your psychological approach, has changed and that you are now playing for the enjoyment of the game. But I wonder how it really works, because obviously I'm a much less strong in chess, but still I play, and I struggle with the same problem sometimes, that I'm really results oriented, and it's hard for me to focus on the joy of the game when I know that I really want to win. And I want to find out how you deal with this, how exactly it works. For example, you're sitting opposite, I don't know, like you were playing this game against Gukesh in Prague. You were winning at some point. Then the position was closer to a draw, right? And you really want probably to win this game. How exactly do you concentrate on the process, on the joy?
If we take specifically that game against Gukesh, it was of course very complicated, crazy game. He was well prepared in the opening. I played some rare line of the English, but I quickly got into unknown territory, and I knew that the line which I played exists, but of course it's it is nothing. I mean, objectively even worse for white, but whatever. Once we got middle game position, then I started to take it move by move, not because my position was very, very dangerous. It could collapse at any moment. I had to play very accurately to stay in the game. Then he started to feel excited, I think, and to play very actively, but also at the same time a little bit cautious. He allowed me some counterplay, which I used, but then he found some good moves and kept his advantage. But yeah, closer to time trouble, obviously everything has changed. I managed to outplay him in the time trouble, and after time control, I had already winning position. But somehow after a few moves, I went for this very stupid. I made stupid decision to go to exchange the rooks to give my pass pawn to just get queen and opposite color bishops. But yeah, it was a bad decision. But at the end, I think he felt pressure and he couldn't manage to pose the toughest resistance. And yeah, at the end he panicked and he made a mistake.
Damn it, I mixed up my lines in the Sicilian again. Stupid opening. Stupid check. How to learn openings in chess. Chess reps. It's thanks to chessreps.com. You can practice dozens of openings on chess reps in many different ways. You can drill your lines against the clock, you can play against engines of different levels. You can solve puzzles in the opening that you are learning. It's a really fun and effective way of learning openings. I'm a fan and I recommend you try chessreps.com using the link in the video description.
Overall, I mean, my approach is now, of course, you should do your best. You have to prepare. You have to give your best. And at the same time, I try to enjoy from the game, from the process. Because if I look a few years back, when I was inexperienced in that field, I made a lot of unexplainable mistakes. I was too ambitious. Sometimes there was many situations where I lost objectiveness in the position, and I thought that my position is good, like I have advantage, but in reality there was exactly opposite or equal. But yeah, that over ambitiousness is also very harmful. I think these were the things that I reconsidered in my mind. I became more mature in this kind of situations, and it immediately gave its results. I became more stable. I started to feel better during the games. I started to feel more in control of the process. That's my approach, but I don't think it applies to other players, because every player has specific character, specific styles. It worked for me. It might work for others, or it might not. So you have to find your own path, I think.
Thanks for sharing. I was wondering, like, you described this moment where you made a mistake and squandered the bigger portion of your advantage during that specific game. Since we already started discussing it, let's continue. Against Gukesh, like, what do you do at that particular moment to not concentrate on the feeling of how did I do this? Why on earth? How can I play so badly? How do you overcome the negativity in such moments and concentrate on the game or on the positive things?
You have to leave negative things after the game, because during the game you have to concentrate in the position in the on the board, because this kind of thoughts, they distract and they also consume energy. What matters the most is the position on the board and the moment you have. Of course, my initial thought was, how did I do this? I let my advantage slip away, but I continued to press. I continued to find good moves, and I think that's the most important thing. In the big games like this, there is a lot of tension, and I think one of the big components is who handles these the tension the best way, because I learned that a lot of mistakes comes from not from pure chess wise, but from psychological point of view, like from emotions, and in that way you lose a lot of points. I started to to understand this kind of moments, and for me, I think I became more in control in this kind of high tension situations. In elite level chess, very small details can decide the outcome of the game. So if you improve in that kind of small field, in small aspects, I think you can improve a lot in general.
So these small improvements can lead to big rating gains in
sure.
in situations like yours. Who do you think is the best out of the top players currently in handling psychological pressure?
Magnus. I mean, he's best by far. I mean, he handles the pressure, I mean, phenomenally. I mean, his focus, he can quickly change his mindset from like, for example, if we take my game against him in a freestyle world championship in game 3, where initially first he had a good position. He was he was pressing me. He had an initiative, but then in some moment he made a mistake and everything has turned, and I was also up on time, and I had a very dangerous connect pass pawns on c4 and d3, and he quickly managed to change his mindset and to change his thought process, and he found the best way to stay in the game, because otherwise he would lose like immediately. He continued to find the best moves, and then what happened is like I was excited. I was I felt overconfident, and I made a mistake. I could force a draw immediately, but I went for some risky stuff, and I lost the game and I lost the match. So this, I think Magnus is by far the most is the best player in that field.
Do you think it's a natural gift for him, or has he worked on this?
No. I think that this kind of thing is not given. It's earned. It was a result of hard work and also experience and practicing. You cannot master it without practice, without experience. I think you have to really work hard.
Some of the top grandmasters, some of the guests of my podcast have publicly acknowledged that they have mental health coaches or performance coaches or some sports psychologists who are working with them to help with such things. Have you done anything like that?
I didn't go to psychologists. I didn't hire any mental coach. In general, I don't believe in that thing. Because it's you have to find your own approach. You have to think on your own, I think, because I don't think you have to be influenced by someone else to find the best approach. Because, for example, if you take mental coach, I don't think there's like many people who understands chess and the game process and can share can have a good advice to improve, because I don't know one, because if I knew, maybe I would take some advice, but otherwise I don't think it's very useful. this kind of difficult moments, they push you to be better, to improve, to kind of become a more stronger, more tougher. It's a natural process to have a kind of difficult periods like I had last year, because it's part of our job, our part of our sport. You have to overcome it to become stronger, to improve. I don't think it's something that you have to go to someone else to get advice or something.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that Gukesh is currently having a similar situation where he has to overcome this period and come back stronger, or do you not think that he will overcome this?
No, of course. I mean, he will come back from his recent form, but I think the problem for Gukesh is now with it's self-imposed pressure, I would say, because I think he's asking too much from himself. He thinks that he has to win every tournament. He has to show best high quality chess in every tournament. So I think it's basically that's it. I don't think he has any chess problems or some other problems. It's just self-imposed pressure, and because otherwise he's a great player. I mean, if you look at his performance in candidates, in the Olympiad, in some other tournaments, he played phenomenally. He played phenomenal chess. So I think he has only one problem. I think it's he's asking too much from himself. Of course, I understand his desire to show to win tournaments, to show his best, but he's still extremely young. I mean, he's only 19 years old, and it's tough to be in his situation. He might burn himself, in this kind of thoughts that you have to that he has to show good chess, he has to win tournaments. It's harmful to have this kind of thoughts. I think he needs to start playing chess. He needs to, not think about anything. Just show his level. But I have a original thought. Maybe it's not original, but I think that once he loses his title, he will become, he will come back and he will become much more stronger. That's my take on him.
You famously said in one of the short videos recorded, I think, by FIDE, that Gukesh will lose his title in the next match. This was like a hot take when you were asked to give it. Can you explain more why you said that at that time? Because at that time it was a hotter take than it is today, I would say.
I mean, at this moment, I think at this point, I think nobody criticized me for my take, because back then it was a huge kind of huge thing, and people started to criticize me for that. But now it's completely different situation. Initially it's of course I first of all I did it just for sake of for sake of interview. It was not about some personal thing. It was just for one particular interview.
Okay. You did it for the content.
I did it for content, and I didn't think about outcome. People started to hate me, but today's situation justifies my take. It's starting to look very objective evaluation, but basically that was the whole story.
Yeah, I understand that made some waves, but yeah, I understand that you did it for the content. This I totally understand. Let's talk about you. Vladimir Kramnik recently wrote on his Twitter that he believes that you are number one player in classical chess right now by results. And I think everyone who's been following recent events agrees that, at least in terms of performance ratings and how you played, I was personally particularly impressed by London Chess Classic. This was just demolition by you. Do you believe? Do you agree with Vladimir Kramnik, first of all, that you are the number one classical chess player right now, in the absence of Magnus?
I think it doesn't really change anything if I agree or not, because that's not the most important thing right now. I mean, I would not say I am the best player in the world right now. It's it's our statement, obviously, because there is Magnus, which who is by far the best player right now, and there is Fabiano, which I consider better player than me. That's only very short period that I'm having this kind of results. It's not like I'm winning every single tournament that I'm playing. It's too early for that. It's not important for me. I mean, I'm just trying to play my best chess. I'm trying to be consistent. That's the secret to become a better player, to improve. I think that's the most important thing for me right now, to become more consistent, more stable, and also for this year, my intentions are, of course, to become better player, to win the Olympiad. I mean, that's the most important goal for me for this year, and also to perform well in the esports World Cup.
In another interview, you said that your ultimate goal is to bring the chess crown to Uzbekistan. Is this still the case? And I wonder, what is more important to you, becoming the classical world chess champion or becoming the world number one?
My goal is to bring the crown to our country, but my friend, my colleague Jawahir, he has a very good chance to do it first. Of course, every top player has this goal to become a great player, to become a world champion. But for me right now, until the next championship cycle, I want to concentrate on improving, on becoming stable, becoming consistent. For second part of the question, I think today it's much tougher to become world number one than to become world champion. You have to beat Magnus in order to become world number one. You have to pass Magnus. I mean, it's you have to be at least like 20, 28, 40. Yeah, 40. I mean, that's counting also that there is a deflation in ratings, and that's even tougher to do it right now.
Is it possible?
But for me, I think it's possible, but if Magnus keeps his rating and keeps his level, I don't think anybody can do it in 3 years or in 2 or 3 years. Maybe till 2030 there will be someone who will pass Magnus, but I don't think anybody is going to be world number one soon. So I think it's much tougher to become world number one than to become world champion right now.
Yes, absolutely agree. And do you think this person, like at some point, probably Magnus will stop being number one? I don't know how old he's going to be at that point, but this moment definitely will come. Do you think the one who will overcome him in terms of ratings will be from your generation or from the next one? Someone like, I don't know, Erdogmush or maybe even younger.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to predict because it's extremely tough to have such a high rating. You need more players to be in a range of 2800 in order to have a higher average rate in tournaments to gain a rating. Speaking about young generation, obviously, Erdogmush, let's say Faustino, Andy Woodward, they're extremely strong, extremely talented, and they have all the support. They have all the coaches, all the tools, all the resources available. Nobody knows. I mean, it's hard to predict because few years ago, Mishra was the same. Like everyone said that he would be like in top 10 in a few years, or he will be like a elite player. But now if you look at him, it's he's stuck in 2630, 2620 rating. And also looking at his games, he's not improving that much. There's a lot of pressure on them also because they've set ambitious goals, let's say, from very early on, and I think it's mentally challenging to kind of achieve that things. They're having I think a lot of pressure from people around them, so it's not always useful to become a grandmaster at a young age, because once you become, you will get a lot of attention. You start thinking that you are the best, or you will become a world champion, or you will become elite player. It's not guaranteed at all. It's always hard fought. It's hard earned. I mean, it's a very difficult thing. Everybody wants to become world champion. For example, from my generation, I know everybody wants to qualify for the candidates, but it's not guaranteed at all. You have to be lucky also at some decisive tournaments, let's say in Grand Suez or in World Cup. It all comes down to a few tournaments. You never know. Basically it's a very difficult challenge.
Yeah, and this is spoken from someone who also was in the same situation. You were the first, the youngest person to cross 2400, I think, and you broke some other records. So you know what you're talking about when you say about those child prodigies.
I don't even know this kind of statistics or.
Yeah, I was checking
or records.
Maybe this record was broken already by I don't know, maybe by Faustino. I don't know, but you were at that point. You were the youngest to cross 2400. So that's you didn't even know that. That's funny. Okay, I wanted to talk about your training routine as well, because I heard some things. About your phenomenal work ethic. For example, Boris Gelfand on the podcast told me a story about you when you were like 14 years old. You came to him for some recommendations of books with solving exercises, and he gave you 5 recommendations. And he said you told him that you already solved all of them. So you must be doing lots of work. Can you share your how you work on chess, how many hours per day you spend, and what you do?
I used to work a lot when I was young, when I was chasing my GM title. Also, after becoming a grandmaster, I still kept working hard, like at least 8 to 10 hours per day. Once I became elite player, once I break through to elite chess, I understand that you have to work not on quantity but quality. Since then, my approach has changed, and I started to work for quality. Basically, when I was young, I read the every single book that I managed to get. I had, and I solved a lot of exercises. When you are young, you have to spend a lot of time on improving, because I heard from someone that this period of, like, let's say from 16 to till let's say 20 or 21, you have to really learn a lot, because it will stay for whole your life, whole your career. And that's the most important period to learn, to kind of improve. I think I can imagine that there are players that works harder nowadays. Let's say Dogmush or Faustino. I think they work a lot more than me when I was young, and obviously compared to my age, they are improving a lot faster. Partly because they have a lot of coaches, a lot of resources. Also, technologies, engines has evolved since then, and also it affected the understanding of the game. if you want to become elite player, if you want to become really top player, you have to work hard. You have to give your best, and it's hard earned thing, and it's never really easy.
Definitely. And to sum up this part, how many hours per day on average do you train these days in between tournaments?
Yeah, nowadays as I said, I am trying to work for quality. Like every day I try to at least work for 4 or 5 hours, I would say. I try to do some physical activities and also do some other activities. I'm more free. I'm more kind of I do what I want. I try to have a good rest also, save energy, because all this work 8 to 10 hours, they're really exhausting. They consume so much energy. This is a training routine that I have now, but maybe it will change soon. I don't know.
How big of a percent of time is spent on openings in your case? I understand that it should be most of the time, but how big of a percentage?
I think 70 to 80%, I would say.
And the rest is what? Calculation exercise?
Solving some exercises, analyzing some games, and basically, if you analyze openings, you also improve your middle game understanding. When we speak about openings, there is not, you don't purely memorize moves. You understand. You kind of build a repertoire, build feel for the specific type of positions. And I would also not underestimate the importance of endgame. It's essential to have a good endgame skills, to have a good technical.
Yeah, of course. I know that you are very proficient in endgames. I remember that one when you outplayed Magnus in the endgame in Tata Steel, I think, several years back. Queen endgame. Very nice one. Last question about you before we go for the candidates' predictions and tier list, because this episode will be published right before the candidates start. Before I ask you about the predictions, your former coach, Jakob Ogard, who is also a guest of my podcast, and I'm also enrolled in his Academy Killer Chess training program. So he's also my coach now. He has this interesting classification of chess players. There are two axes. One is calculation versus intuition, and another one is dynamic versus technical, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm correct, you are more of a calculator than an intuitive player, right?
I don't know. Nowadays you have to be versatile. You have to
obviously, yeah.
You have to have a lot of different skills. But nowadays, I wouldn't say that I'm a more calculative player than I was before. Like a few years ago, I think I became more intuitive player.
Interesting. And what about the technical versus dynamic?
No, I'm definitely technical player.
So yeah, technical and intuitive.
Intuitive technical, I would say, yeah.
Very interesting. Did you work specifically on getting better at intuition as opposed to to calculation, or did it come naturally because of experience, stuff like that?
Yeah, it comes with experience. It comes with practice, and also you become influenced by your coach and people whom you play, and I think that also impacted my style, and I became more kind of intuitive player.
Okay, thank you for sharing this. Let's go to the prediction part. So I do the candidates tier lists with all my guests, where we rank players playing in the candidates from S to, I don't know, D, for example. So S is the highest tier, then A, B, C, D. So let's start with Sindarov, Javohir. You already mentioned him. You consider him to be one of the favorites, right?
Definitely. I have very high expectations from him. He's extremely talented. He's extremely strong player. He's, I think, a little bit underestimated. Like from if I look at some other players, I think they don't fully understand or they fully evaluate his strengths. He's still improving, and the rating he has now, I think it doesn't show true strengths of him. He is capable of having more he's capable of playing even more stronger, and I think he will gain a lot of rating. So yeah, I rank him extremely high. I think he has a very good chances. For me, I think in this tournament he has the second best chance.
After Fabiano?
I would definitely after Fabiano, yeah. After Fabiano, he has, I think, second best chance, and yeah, I would rank him extremely high.
So is it A tier, S tier? What do you say?
So if S is the highest, then I would rank him like A.
And Fabi, you say, is S, right?
Fabi is S. Jawahir is A. I would say, speaking about Hikaru, looking at his games, I lost trust. I mean, I don't see any good signs for him in the upcoming candidates, because he recently, he played a match against Avondor.
Yeah.
Looking at his games, it was a very low quality games, and also I watched him in the Spit Chess Championship. He lost both of his matches, and also his game qualities were, I don't know, disappointing. One thing is obvious: he has experience. He knows when to show his best, when to he knows when it really matters. I would rank him as A, but a little bit below Zen Jawahir. Let's say like this.
Okay, understood. Who comes next?
Prague. I think he had a tough tournament in Vaikanze. I think he already had time to kind of to settle and to work. So yeah, I would rank him definitely A. He has good chances. It's also not the first tournament for him. He already has experience. Last year it was extremely successful year for him. He won a lot of super tournaments like Vaikanze. He won a Grand Chess Tour in Bucharest. He was also very close in the Sinkfield Cup. So he definitely has a killer instinct. He's capable of winning candidates. So yeah, I would definitely rank him as A.
On par with Hikaru or with Sindarov?
Let's say with Sindarov, yeah.
Okay. Who comes next?
Anish, I would say, because he's very professional. He's very disciplined. But he lacks, I think, character. He lacks kind of, some kind of killer instinct, I would say. But he will be one of the contenders for the top spots. But I don't see him winning a lot of games. For me, he is a little bit too solid. So yeah, I would definitely rank him below A, B, let's say.
Speaking about being solid and needing to win games, how big of a plus do you think? How big of a plus score will be required to win this edition of the candidates? Because in different years, there were different plus scores required. Sometimes I think, like Nepo, in one year he won with +5, but sometimes +4 was enough, and sometimes even +3 was enough.
Yeah, let's say +4. I think should be at least enough to make those tie breaks.
It's not very likely that someone will score like monstrous plus, but we'll see. Maybe it's Sindarov, very dangerous player. Whom else did we not mention? So you mentioned Anish, then comes Wei.
Yeah. He's a bit mysterious player for me because he hasn't played since World Cup, I think. At least I didn't see him playing. Obviously, he has extremely good opening preparation. He's a super calculative player, but in a long tournament, I think he might get tired. I think because when you play, calculative chess, you spend a lot of energy in each game, and it exhausts you a lot quicker. But he's a extremely well prepared player. But for somehow, I don't see him winning this candidates. But I would put him in same list with Anish. Let's say B.
Okay, and then come Bluebaum and Tisipenko.
For me, Andrei is a much better player than Bluebaum. But objectively speaking, I don't think he has chances because he lacks experience. He lacks also some skills. I mean, it's a very subjective opinion, but in my view, he's inexperienced in super tournaments. So, but I would definitely rank him higher than the Bluebaum.
So, which tier for him?
Let's say Andrei is C and Bluebaum is D.
So you don't believe in Matthias?
He might win a few games if people start to kind of risk against him, like as they did in the Grand Swiss, because he won a lot of games, like against Prague and against Arjun. When people start to push him, he can collect some few wins, but I don't think he's capable of winning candidates.
Okay, guys, drop your opinion in the comments. Maybe you agree with Nodirbek, maybe you disagree with his tier list. I'm very excited for this upcoming event. Before we wrap things up, we need to play a traditional Blitz game that we play at the end of each episode. 1 against 5, would that work for you?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, usually I get demolished, but I'll try to put up some resistance.
Let's go, yeah.
Let's go. Okay, this is Syrian. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Opposite side castling. Interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oops. Completely forgot about that. Okay. No, it's not so good. Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Wow, knight g8.
I put my knight where
I'm
your
impressed.
knight used to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm impressed. Knight g8.
Okay. It's unlikely to help me, but okay.
No, but I have 18 seconds.
Yeah, maybe that's my only chance. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got lucky.
And
I got really lucky.
Okay, I'll be the first one who lose to you. Yeah, I think.
No, not the first one, but
No, not. Okay.
But usually
Yeah,
I lose.
okay.
Yes. Okay, I got really lucky. Crazy stuff. It's interesting. At which point it started going wrong. So, it was pretty.
For me or for you?
For me. Yeah, I should have just taken on d4. Bishop takes d4.
Yeah.
Yeah, after knight d5, it's already uncomfortable. But still, yeah, bishop takes d4. Yeah. It's not so bad. I just blundered this fork. Very stupid. Yeah. But then you returned the favor.
Yeah,
okay.
G8.
To finish things off, I wanted to say that I wish you the best in the upcoming tournaments and in the Olympiad, of course. Maybe I will come to. It will be in Uzbekistan this time, right? The Olympiad.
Yeah. It's gonna be in Samarkand.
Samarkand. I like Samarkand. I've been there a couple of times, so maybe I'll come and we'll see each other there.
You should definitely come. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make some content there. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button and to leave a comment whether you enjoyed this podcast episode and what do you think. Is Nodirbek the guy who will dethrone Magnus from world #1? And what are your candidates' predictions? See you in the next episode, and thank you for watching.